He was once the most celebrated artist of a generation, a producer turned prophet, a billionaire turned rebel. And in 2025, Kanye West, or as he now calls himself, Ye, hit a breaking point the world couldn't ignore. From a record-breaking live stream cut short by hate speech, to a courtroom showdown with his own dentist, from an album so offensive streaming services refused to host it, to a custody live stream meltdown seen by millions. This is not just another Kanye controversy. This is a crisis that's changing Ye's legacy forever. In the next 2 hours, we'll take you inside the events that led to Kanye West being canceled. Again, we'll unpack the Twitch ban, the Donda 2 takedown, the live stream custody battle, and the story behind the most controversial album title in rap history, Cuck. Is Kanye West a misunderstood genius unraveling in real time? Or is this the final chapter in a career built on chaos? It was supposed to be Ye's return to form. His long-awaited debut on Twitch, a platform dominated by Gen Z gamers and streamers, promised something raw, uncensored, the real Ye. On April 26, 2025, Kanye logged into Twitch under the username YeezyStream. The stream was titled, "We Need to Talk." What unfolded in the next 7 minutes would become the shortest and most explosive debut in Twitch history. Kanye appeared wearing an all-black, faceless mask, pacing in a dimly lit studio. The lighting was red. His opening line, "They still scared of the truth." Within minutes, he spiraled into a chaotic monologue. He referenced the Illuminati, shouted Bible verses, made aggressive gestures, and then dropped the bombshells. He performed what appeared to be a Nazi salute and said, "Y'all scared of the symbol, not the truth behind it. Bring back the swastika, but not as they used it, as it should have been used, as power." Twitch moderators acted immediately. 7 minutes and 12 seconds in, the stream was cut. His account was banned permanently. The backlash was immediate. The media dubbed it the fastest ban in Twitch history. Screenshots and clips flooded X, Instagram, and TikTok. "You just got himself banned in record time," one user tweeted. Another wrote, "What did you expect? It's Kanye." But those close to him say Ye expected this. In fact, he wanted it. One source from his inner circle later claimed, he said, "They'll silence me in 7 minutes flat." Watch, this wasn't a stunt gone wrong. It was a planned detonation. While the internet melted over the Twitch disaster, Kanye pulled a fast one. Out of nowhere, Donda 2 appeared on Spotify. No announcement, no rollout, no interviews. Just a black cover, untitled tracks, and raw music. Fans rushed to listen. "This is old, yeah," one Reddit user said. "No hooks, no filters, just pure expression." But within 48 hours, it vanished. Streaming platforms issued statements. The content has been removed pending copyright verification. But behind the scenes, the truth was uglier. Producers were furious. A collective of beat makers and engineers, many of whom claimed they were promised back-end royalties, hadn't signed off. Kanye had apparently taken their early demos, reworked them solo, and uploaded the project without permission. One leaked email from a producer read, "He ghosted us for 3 months, then dropped the album without even telling us. Total betrayal." A lawsuit followed. 5 producers filed a joint complaint for $8.2 million in damages, alleging breach of contract, unlicensed use, and unpaid royalties. The legal team representing them released a scathing statement. "Mr. West continues to disregard contracts and ethical collaboration in favor of chaos. Art is not an excuse for theft." Kanye's response? Silence. But days later, he teased something even bigger and far more controversial. On April 30th, 2025, Kanye posted a single image on Instagram, a black square, one word in bold white Helvetica font, C-U-C-K. The internet lost its mind. Some fans called it genius, others called it suicidal. No one could look away. The caption, "This the one, the Betrayal album, the Father album, the Demon Exposing album, C-U-C-K. No track list, no release date, but rumors spread like wildfire. Leaks followed. One song, God's Stepdad, referenced Kris Jenner and accused Hollywood of cloning his kids. Another, my wife's husband, accused unnamed celebrities of playing daddy. Then came the most shocking track, Nazi at my dinner table. It included lines critics said were overtly anti-Semitic. The ADL issued a formal statement. Spotify and Apple Music said they would not host the album. Kanye fired back. If truth is offensive, y'all ain't ready for God. Instead of relying on the industry, he launched YeezyStream, a new platform he claimed was the only free media left. Hosted on offshore servers, it bypassed U.S. content restrictions. The homepage featured a simple message: unfiltered, undeniable. Yeah. Within 48 hours, Cuck had over 10 million plays without a single stream from major platforms. 2 days later, Ye went live again, this time from his own servers. No Twitch, no YouTube, just a direct stream called YZY Vision, Father's Truth. He appeared in the same mask, pacing a dimly lit living room. For 90 minutes, Kanye aired every frustration he had with the Kardashian family. He accused Kim of withholding visitation. He called their co-parenting agreement a legal prison. He claimed he hadn't been allowed to see his kids in over 40 days. The most viral moment? I'm not a weekend dad, I'm their father. But now I gotta book time like it's a jail visit. This ain't parenting, this is exile. The live stream went viral. TikToks, remixes, and memes flooded the internet. Kim's team issued a quick response. Mr. West has access to his children and has exercised visitation rights regularly. We continue to act in the best interest of the children. But for fans, the damage was already done. They didn't see a deadbeat. They saw a dad breaking down on camera. Just when people thought it couldn't get any stranger, Kanye sued his dentist. Yes, his dentist. Dr. Thomas Connolly of Beverly Hills had reportedly treated Kanye for over a year, but Ye and his wife Bianca now claim something much darker was happening. They filed a $20 million lawsuit alleging that Connolly got Kanye addicted to nitrous oxide, commonly known as laughing gas. According to the suit, Connolly administered recreational doses of nitrous up to 3 times a week, charged $50,000 a month, and used the dependency to influence Kanye's business decisions. One line from the filing read, "Doctor, Connolly sought to control Mr. West's intellectual property through chemical dependency and coercion." Connolly responded, "These claims are fiction. I'm a dentist, not a drug dealer." But Ye's team released shocking receipts, including photos of boxes of gas tanks in Connolly's office and text messages referring to after-hours treatments. Whether true or not, the story gripped the media. Late-night hosts had a field day. But yes, fans, they doubled down in support. By May 2025, Kanye's antics had reached a tipping point. He was no longer just an artist making bold, unconventional moves. He was a figure consumed by his own chaos. But even in the midst of the media firestorm, Kanye pushed forward. His Yeezy empire, once a symbol of creativity, innovation, and luxury, now seemed like a shadow of what it once was. In a series of public statements, Kanye claimed that his controversial comments and actions were part of a larger agenda to free the mind and challenge the norms. Yet his fashion line began to suffer. Once stocked in every major retail store, Yeezy was now being pulled from the shelves. Fashion insiders reported a drastic dip in sales, with major department stores quietly removing Yeezy from their inventory. "It's no longer about the shoes," said one retail executive. "It's about the risk. It's too volatile." Kanye's close collaborators, who had once worked to elevate Yeezy into a global powerhouse, began to speak out. Some were worried about the public backlash, others about the internal struggles that had plagued Kanye's brand for months. "I tried to tell him, you can't keep pushing people away. You can't keep burning bridges," said one former Yeezy designer. But Kanye doesn't listen. He only listens to Kanye. Kanye's self-destructive tendencies were now affecting his business dealings. In early May, his partnership with Adidas, one of his biggest sources of income, came to an abrupt halt. The sportswear giant publicly distanced itself from Ye, citing the increasingly unpredictable behavior that surrounded his public image. "Adidas stands for inclusion, and we cannot align ourselves with someone who promotes such divisive messages," a company representative stated. Behind the scenes, insiders claimed that the decision was already in the works before the Twitch incident. Kanye's ego had led to numerous clashes with Adidas executives. He demanded creative control over every product, often showing up hours late to meetings or refusing to take input from his team. "I could see it coming, the tension, the constant push for more," said a former Adidas product manager. "It was only a matter of time before it all fell apart." Despite the fall of his fashion empire and the ongoing media circus, Kanye seemed to be thriving in his self-imposed exile. He retreated from the public eye, only reappearing sporadically to drop cryptic messages on social media. But it wasn't the quiet life for Kanye. No, he found new ways to fuel the fire. In late May, Kanye gave a series of interviews to obscure YouTube channels and niche podcasts. He wasn't speaking to mainstream outlets. He was speaking directly to his most devoted followers, the ones who believed in him no matter how strange or radical his beliefs became. During one of these interviews, Yeez shared what he called his exile manifesto. It was a rambling, emotional monologue about truth and freedom, but it was also filled with cryptic messages that only those closest to him understood. "I've been exiled. They pushed me out because I'm telling the truth," Kanye said, his eyes wild with passion. "But they can't silence me. I'll never stop speaking." While many saw this as another episode of Kanye's increasingly erratic behavior, others interpreted it as a call to arms, a rallying cry for those who felt marginalized by the media or corporate culture. As the weeks went on, conspiracy theories about Kanye's exile grew. Some believed he was being controlled by outside forces, while others claimed he was deliberately staging his downfall to expose a darker truth. On forums and message boards, users dissected his every word, every gesture, looking for hidden meanings. One theory even suggested that Kanye was secretly planning a political run, something that had seemed far-fetched just a few months ago, but now seemed more plausible with every new bizarre statement he made. By June, Kanye's world had become a whirlwind of lawsuits, public accusations, and endless online commentary. His supporters had not abandoned him, but they had become increasingly divided. Some still held on to the belief that Kanye was a genius, misunderstood by the world. Others began to question whether he had lost touch with reality entirely. But the question on everyone's mind was this: can Kanye come back from this? The comeback tour? Or is it? Rumors began to circulate that Kanye was preparing a comeback tour, though not in the traditional sense. According to sources close to the artist, Kanye had no intention of returning to the stage anytime soon. Instead, he was reportedly planning a live-streamed confessional event, an unfiltered, no-holds-barred attempt to reclaim his narrative. It was clear that the world was waiting for Kanye's next move. Would he apologize and try to rebuild his empire? Or would he double down, continue to burn bridges, and ultimately fade into irrelevance? In the meantime, one thing remained certain. Kanye West was still, without a doubt, one of the most controversial figures in pop culture. As we reach the end of this documentary, one thing becomes clear. Kanye West's story is far from over. Whether he will ever return to the top of the music or fashion world remains to be seen. But one thing is for sure, he will never be just another celebrity. Kanye West has managed to stay relevant for nearly 2 decades, not because of his music alone, but because of his ability to provoke, challenge, and inspire in equal measure. And as we've seen in 2025, his journey is as wild, unpredictable, and explosive as ever. Whether you love him or hate him, one thing is undeniable. Kanye's influence will continue to shape culture for years to come. The question is, how will we remember him when the dust settles? As Kanye's actions continued to spiral, social media became both his stage and his battleground. No longer limited to his music or fashion, he now had the world watching every post, every tweet, every word. But more importantly, Kanye had mastered the art of control over the narrative. He became the architect of his own media, able to shift the conversation, stir controversy, and draw massive attention with just a few words. His social media feeds were a reflection of his chaotic mind, full of high highs and low lows. Thanks for watching today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment down below. Who should we make next video about?